Hello there, and welcome back to my playthrough of Scholar of the First Sin. This episode's a few days late because I had recorded a session of me doing the first DLC, and at the end of it I decided to just scrap it because, as far as I could tell, they didn't really change anything in the DLC, as I had guessed at the end of the last episode. They may have added or removed one or two Sanctum soldiers here or there, and they might have changed up the item placements a bit, but if they did, they didn't change them enough for it to really be different, and I just wasn't enjoying myself all that much. Because basically I was just going through an area that I had been through many times before. I'd gone through that DLC on pretty much every character I had made since it came out because of the Flynn's Ring and a number of other items that are useful for a variety of builds. So I was basically doing an area that I know well enough that I'm not going to be surprised since they didn't really change anything, but it's been long enough since I have played it that I still have to be a bit cautious, and I just wasn't enjoying myself. My commentary was even worse than it usually is as a result. So I just decided to scrap that, and am picking up here in the base game with our actual changes. I'm going to be doing the Copse path because, Copse is the proper way of pronouncing this area's name. I'm going to be doing this path so that I can unlock whatever her name is. I don't quite remember. It's a C name. The female lady that's the daughter of... Yeah, the female lady as opposed to the male lady, who is the daughter of Lenegrast, because I want to be able to purchase infinite Titanite shards to go along with the infinite large shards from Duff. And that way I can start using more weapons. I also noticed that I upgraded the Hide Spear a bit. Hide Lance, which was actually a mistake on my part. I thought it upgraded with normal materials, but it actually upgrades with Twinkling Titanite, so I unfortunately wasted a bit of that. And right here I see they added a few hollows, and that butterfly might be new, or it might have been there before, I'm not sure, but yeah, they added a few extra hollows here, which makes things interesting, including this torch-wielding one. Let's see, is this guy actually going to get up? No, he seems pretty content here, humping the ground, I guess. So I'll leave him be. Also in the DLC, I picked up this +7 longbow, which should come in handy here for taking out these butterflies. I just gotta get into a position where I can actually lock onto one, and I should be good. There we go. I need to actually press the proper button. And they're not hard to take out. I'm gonna be going down this pit here just to see what's down there. Previously there was just a single, I'm not even sure what they're called, but the guys that guard the path to the purgatory. There's just a single one of those guarding a chest with the Vicard's Rapier, so I'm curious if they changed up this at all. And they changed it up quite a bit. We have a giant basilisk here. I love these enemies. Look at how goofy they are with their eyeballs. Oh. Anyway, I think I should be able to get a plunging attack on this guy. Okay. That was a bit odd. I don't think I'm supposed to be able to do that, but there we go. Fortunately, I did not see that butterfly. If I had seen him in the first place, I could have taken him out without getting poisoned. As it is now, I have to deal with constant damage as well as avoiding this guy. He doesn't seem to have too much HP though. Probably because I'm coming here a bit late. So I should only, just 2 or 3 more hits and I'll be dead. There we go. Looks like I got some large shards from that, so that's nice. I'll have to spend less souls on those. See if I can't take out that butterfly before I get poisoned again. Well, let's take him out anyway. After I heal. Watch that HP. Poison in this game ticks down so fast. It ticks down fairly fast in Bloodborne, but not nearly at the rate as it does in this game. And I'm not quite used to that. Alright, so let's see what they put in the chest here. Alright, it's still a Vicard's Rapier, I'm not complaining. It's a good weapon, and otherwise you have to get to... what is it? Saldora, that's the area. Oh, I've forgotten that the illusory walls you have to press X. Because the few illusory walls that are in Bloodborne, the ones in the Chalice dungeons, are ones that you need to attack. But yeah, I'm not complaining that you get the Vicard's Rapier there, because otherwise you have to wait until you get to Saldora, and you can farm the spiders there for it. So being able to get it early is not a bad thing, since it's a pretty good rapier. It's not as good unless they buffed it as the vanilla rapier, but it's pretty fun to use and it looks cool. It's always nice to have options, something that Bloodborne lacks considerably, having one weapon of each type. Which means if that weapon happens to be available very late in the game, you're kind of screwed if you want to use it early on. Oh, didn't even see that guy, it's so dark. Okay, this area, no particularly big changes to this one. There might be a few more hollow thieves. I think they're hollow rogues, technically, want to be. Look at that guy, he's doing pull-ups. Come on, buddy, I know you can do it. You are strong. You are great. You can do it. I'll leave him alive, even though he'll probably climb up after me when I go along that way. He might not. He might stick to his his exercise regimen. Ooh, there's a lot of hollows. This must be the hollow gym. Should come here later, train my strength. But yeah. Looks like the items that are in this room are the same. And illusory wall? There is an actual word for illusory guy. Guess he didn't realize it, so he put fog wall. I just want to say, look at how bad that texture is. Oh my god. That is fucking atrocious. Oh, and I never noticed it before. Probably because the only versions I played before this were the PS3 one, and I also played the PC version, but I kept it at 720p, so I didn't notice egregious texture faults like that. Like, oh my god, that just looks so awful. Which is odd, because it doesn't look quite as bad on this wall. Maybe it's due to the way it's stretched to fit in that space there. As soon as I'm able to, I need to purchase more butterflies, because I only have the one left, and I'd like to be able to light any torches that I come across, just because lit torches make the areas look much cooler. Nearly got surprised by that guy, keeping my eyes to the back, expecting an ambush from behind. Alright, so previously there was only one of these hollow rogues here, if I remember correctly, so they added an extra one, which makes this spot here a bit more robust. Oh-ho! What? Ah, I see, that's one of those. I don't know what their enemy name is, but as I said, the guys that guard the undead purgatory. I can tell. At first I thought that was the Sacred Chime Shield, and I thought it might be an NPC-type enemy, but that is the Bloodied Whip. Second best whip in the game. And actually, I prefer it over the old whip because it doesn't break immediately, but yeah, so I'm guessing he's gonna surprise me when I walk past there. I wonder if I can aggro him from here and fight him right here. That would make things a bit easier for me. Did it work? Yes, it did. Paying attention helps. Alright, I was gonna say let's try parrying him, but you can't parry whips, so that's kind of would be kind of fruitless. Yeah, this area is a bit easy since I'm using a +3 twinkling weapon, which is equivalent to +6 it's a normal weapon. And that is kind of a bit overpowered for this area. Like, I shouldn't have beyond a +3 since this is the first area of this path. But I don't really have any weapons at +3, and I can't make any +3 because I don't have the Titanite shards. That's why I'm going on this path in the first place. So I can unlock purchasing them by getting Chloanne. Oh, I remembered her name. By getting Chloanne to move to Majula. And yeah, these guys gave up on their push-ups. You really gotta focus on the exercise, dude, if you want to lose weight and build muscle. It's especially important if you're undead like they are, and your muscles are atrophying. Gotta spend every bit of effort you can trying to keep them in shape. Well, I don't have to deal with him anymore, because I don't think they can climb ladders. Perhaps I'll be wrong, and he'll end up surprising me when I'm further in the level. Actually, that won't happen, because I will be resting at the bonfire up ahead, which will reset their placements. That's not really an issue. And let's see if there's still a guy around this corner trying to surprise you. Oh, there isn't. They removed him. That's kind of unfortunate. I think it would have been cool if there was a guy here and here as an attempt to ambush you, like, come up here, This guy springs up and attacks you, you run back here, and then you're blocked in by this hollow. At least long enough for the other guy to get off and attack and possibly kill you. So that's a bit unfortunate. Oh, hello there, buddy. So he is still here, they just moved him a bit further. Interesting. Ooh, and we have probably one of my favorite leg pieces in the game. Actually, why am I saying probably? It is one of my favorite leg pieces in the game. At least, not with this armor set. See, if you wear it with chest pieces that don't quite cover it as much as the Wanderer's coat did, you have that cool little, like, I'm not even quite sure what that is, but cool little cloth piece there that looks really nice. So let's see if I don't have a chest piece that will show that. I don't seem to have one that will show it and also look good, so I guess I'll stick with the Wanderer's coat. It still has those cool metal boots that I really like, combined with some pretty good looking trousers. And I think that item was always there. Alright, so far no major changes, no enemies from later in the area or from other areas added yet, but that could change at any time. Let's see, is this... Okay, this is not an NPC, unfortunately. I'm tempted to summon him. He has a pretty cool looking outfit setup. You know what, I will. Okay, since it didn't immediately fail, I probably got them. Now I'm also going to potentially disappoint them, depending on how well I do, and try and platform my way over to that item. Should be able to make it. There we go. I have a lot of practice doing that jump, so I'm good at it. I'll stay here for a second to make sure he notices me. Sup, dude? I'll be with you in just a second. Guess I gotta make my way backwards. Oh, I just realized I didn't actually rest at that bonfire there, so I'm gonna have to count on reduced Estus, which is unfortunate, but shouldn't be too big of a deal, I think. Ah, I'd forgotten that there was an item here. Let's see what you are. Nothing too interesting. I'd like to be able to... For a second there I was worried about the fall damage, but thankfully I have the Silver Cat ring, which makes it so that as long as the fall isn't fatal, I should be able to survive it. So let's get back up there. Don't leave this guy hanging. If I remember correctly, I think they actually increased the time limits for big... Where did you come from? Huh. I didn't see you before. Ah, damn it. From those souls, that guy's going ahead and taking out enemies. I wish he wouldn't do that. I want to see them. I really need to take that into consideration when I summon human players, as opposed to robot players. But I always forget about that. I guess because when I get summoned, I usually, although not always I admit, I usually wait for the host because I don't want to ruin the experience for them, unless they seem like the kind of person that wants to just bum rush through the area and not really give much effort. I don't want to deprive them of the experience of going through the area for the first time, and so I assume everyone else will act in that way when they often don't. But so far it doesn't seem like they added many new enemies. It's possible they added one more of these butcher dudes, since their corpses disappear, so I don't know if he killed one before this point, but... So I haven't really missed much, so it's not that big of a deal. Ooh, and he killed the butterfly for me, thank you, that's convenient. Alright, so should be, yep, butterfly up there, you want to take out so you don't have to deal with the poison, and they removed the hollow enemies that were around here. Ooh, and we have another forlorn. I read up on this, and yeah, because I got invaded by one of these guys when I did the DLC. I suppose I should have shown that, but it's too late now since I already deleted the footage. Sorry about that. But yeah, these guys will randomly invade you in any area, apparently. And if you kill enough of them, you're able to buy their equipment from Strayed, I think? From some NPC merchant, at any rate. I don't quite remember who it is. I think it's Strayed. But yeah, that's a cool new feature. It's kind of a shame that it took so long for it to happen. But them's the breaks with the random elements, I suppose. Let's get those life gems back on there. I don't want to use up all my Estus. I want to save that for an emergency. Previously this was a Morning Star, and a Morning Star remains. Which is kind of pointless since there's that one in Majula, but I suppose that one is technically hidden. On my first playthrough, actually, I didn't even find it. I didn't find out about it until I had read about it online, so I suppose I shouldn't complain about that. What the hell? What? Oh my god, what the hell is this hollow doing? I'm following him. I gotta see if he goes somewhere. Like, what the hell? Look at this! Holy shit! This is fantastic! Oh my god. I gotta make a gif of this. Holy shit! Look at this! Nope. Ooh. No, 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 no. No, 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 no! I shouldn't have summoned this guy. I was considering... Yeah, alright, he realized his mistake, I guess. I won't send him away then. I really like that hollow there. That's one of the most amusing things I've seen all day. And that's actually saying a lot. Ooh, we have a Cyan Knight here. Interesting. Oh, screwed up that parry, whatever. Just finish him off. And they also added an iron chest here, which is interesting. They added an iron chest, that means it must be something fairly interesting. Since these are the only ones that don't respawn. Yeah, there we go. If you use an ascetic, you have to go to proper New Game Plus in order to reset those chests. So yeah, it's another bone dust. I think I actually have a couple taking up space in my inventory that I need to use at some point. I'll probably forget about them until the end of the game. I have such a terrible memory regarding things such as those. Alright, so he did not lower the bridge. Although now that I think about it, I don't think he can. If I remember correctly, I don't think NPC phantoms can pull switches. I know invaders can't. I don't quite remember if phantoms can or not. I think they can't. Yeah, I thought I didn't complete it. I apologize. That super fast hollow there was one of the funniest things I've seen all day, which is saying a lot since I've been watching a lot of Splatoon streams, and that game, oh, that game looks like so much fun. It actually makes me wish that Bloodborne kind of wasn't a thing. Like, not quite, but I'm very close to having that thought. Because if Bloodborne wasn't a thing, I would have purchased a Wii U instead of a PS4. And that means I'd be able to play that wonderful looking game. Like, it looks like basically TF2 but better, like cooperative shooter sort of thing. Oh god, I might die here and gotta pay attention. That game just looks so goofy and so much fun that I so wish I could play it, but don't really have the funds for a Wii U, unfortunately. I'll probably end up getting one some point this year, but at that point, like, you know, especially with games with multiplayer elements, not getting in like during the first couple weeks or months just is kind of unfortunate. Like, that's the best time to get in when no one knows what the fuck. You're all learning the ropes. Doesn't mean I won't enjoy the game when I get it, but I'll just end up enjoying it less than I possibly could have, potentially could have, rather. So yeah, I suppose I should discuss the game a bit more, rather than talk about other games. So that's interesting there that they moved Merciless Verena to that spot, as an addition to that ambush. I wonder if I had not gone there and had continued on this path, if she would have spawned in at her usual spot or not. Now, before I continue onward, I want to take out this cave area, take out the Necromancer, who I assume is still inside, just because he's kind of a pain. You're blocking my way, dude. And you seriously using the shield poking, really? It's the shittiest move that rapiers have. It has some utility in PvP, but in PvE it's like kind of worthless. I don't know why you use it. By the way, he's going to take care of the necromancer, it seems. So good on him for that. Okay, looks like he took him out. I think, yeah, this way is blocked. That's a shortcut for later. I want to light this torch, but I only have one butterfly left, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, I have two. I must have picked up one somewhere. Didn't notice, or didn't remember at least. So cool, I got that lit, which, seriously, look at that. That makes this room look so much cooler. Actually, you know what? I'm going to keep that lit. Just because even just a torch makes the areas look so much nicer. I really wish torches worked like they did in Bloodborne, where it's an actual proper item, so you can just take it out and put it away as you please, as opposed to here where you have to consume an item. It's not such a big deal later on where you can just have a bunch of them, but early on you're limited, so it's just kind of annoying. But even later on it means you have to actually take a bit more effort to take your torch out, which just isn't fun. Also, you get the lockaway key up there instead of down here, which is a fair adjustment considering they added Verena up there, so that ambush spot is a bit more difficult, so that's a good place for it now. Where the hell did I summon? Oh, they added a necromancer there. I don't remember him being there in the original version. Oh, and he definitely did not have that spell. That is a spell used by the I suppose they're technically not necromancers, but the white rogue necromancers that are normally just in Saldora, and maybe a few other areas, I don't quite remember. But yeah, oh, no, never mind, I just remembered that I in fact wrong. The black ones do have that fucking spell, it's just, you don't see them do it all that much. So it seems they removed the necromancer, let's be careful here. It seems they removed the necromancer that was over there, that little ledge, so he can surprise you there, which is a pretty good change, and I'm going to die if I don't watch out. Let's retreat a bit just for safety's sake. Okay, there we go. My buddy helped me there. I wonder if I would die if I was by myself here. It's a possibility. I'm not doing too terribly well, but I'm not doing completely awful either. I think I could survive, because it's easy enough to retreat from enemies in this game in most instances and heal up. Okay, and there's still a combustion and 3 titanite shards there, which is a pretty good drop. Those titanite shards will come in useful. Oh. Oh, I think this is glitched out. Do I have shrug? I don't think I have shrug. Yeah, I don't have shrug. Yeah, I know there's a switch there. Just trying to see if I had shrug there, dude, so I could show my confusion to him. Let's do a little twirl and then continue on. Actually, I'm going to attempt this, even though I'm probably going to die. Ooh, that is very interesting drop. I'll discuss that after I make this or die. Oh, thank God. But yeah, that is a very interesting drop because it gave you 40 lacerating arrows. Why that is interesting is because in the original version, you could only get about 15 or so lacerating arrows per new game cycle. Because the only place you could get them was as a placed item, a stack of 15 in Saldora. Taking a while to get in here, buddy. Now, because it wasn't in a chest, you could use aesthetics to get more, but you can only get so many aesthetics without farming, and farming them does take a while. So, realistically, you only had 15 per playthrough, unless you were especially dedicated, shall we say, to getting them. But the fact that they placed 40 here suggests to me that they made them a more plentiful item. Perhaps it'll even be possible to purchase them in a store. which could make bleed builds a bit more viable. Bleed is never going to be too viable just because it doesn't do enough damage to be worth the effort, but if you can, say, build up bleed on someone, I'm talking PvP here, bleed is completely worthless for PvE. But you can build up bleed on someone with a high bleed weapon up in melee range, and then as they try to flee, you can actually proc it with an arrow. Especially since arrows can be difficult to dodge in this game because they're pretty quick. So I might actually, for my second build, I might actually try and make a bleed build. I'm not entirely sure, we'll see about that. Anyway, yeah, this fight went as it usually does. Usually does. Oh, I'll let him take him out. Ooh, spinny, spinny, spinny! And I'll work it. Yeah, that fight is never a difficult fight. And I'm glad he had the presence of mind to do it the fun way, where you take out all the lords at once, so then you have a huge mass of skeletons that you gotta take down, including the fairly vicious bone wheels. And I'm just gonna take a moment to say how much of a travesty it is that this game does not have the bone wheel shield. Like, you already have the model from Dark Souls. You probably don't have to update it in any way. You already have like the, and you probably have to give it a new moveset since they did like mocap animation. But I mean, come on, you include bone wheels and you don't include their weapon, which is easily one of the coolest weapons in the series. It's just very disappointing. At the very least, Bloodborne makes up for that by having an even cooler wheel weapon in the form of the Logarius wheel, which is. It's not my favorite weapon in the game just because it's not the most fun to use. Like, it's a cool weapon in concept and it has a cool looking move set. Oh god, the lighting in this area was garish. Ugh. This is awful. I don't know if it's just because of my TV screen, but yeah, look at this. It's just, did the lighting glitch out or something? Because this looks way too bright, like... I might actually lower the gamma one here just because this looks terrible. God damn. I forgot about what I was talking about previously, so... sorry for that.
Are you a traveller? I'm Chloanne.
And yep, Chloanne here. Just gonna skip through a dialogue as I have with all the other NPCs. And I gotta exhaust her dialogue so she actually moves to Majula. There we go. And I will actually purchase some shards from her at the moment. As well as an aesthetic. I might actually use this in an area to get certain items, assuming that the new game plus item placements are the same as they were in the original game. The increases, that is. Oh, that's interesting. She only sells 10. Maybe it's after she moves to Majula that she gets infinite. I'll buy out her stock since I need them. And 15 should be enough to last me a bit.
I suppose it's about time I moved shop.
Alright, so... Oh, check this message. I was hoping it was a skeleton message. And jumping is not a good idea because if you end up rolling in it, you'll just end up getting completely covered. But yeah. Thanks for watching and see you next time.